Alright, so let's have a look at another question from the 2022 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. So this is question 24. A student believes that the time it takes for an ice cube to melt in minutes varies inversely with the room temperature. The student observes that at a room temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, it takes 12 minutes for an ice cube to melt. Find the equation relating m, which is in minutes, and T, which is in degrees Celsius. Okay, so varies inversely. So this means that the time it takes, m, so this is for part A, m is equal to some constant times the inverse of temperature, 1 over temperature. So m is equal to k times 1 on T. That's a general equation that we can construct from knowing that the time it takes for an ice cube to melt varies inversely with the room temperature. We're told the student observes at a room temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, it takes 12 minutes. So if T is 15 degrees Celsius, this implies that M is 12. Now we can plug these in to find K. So we get M is equal to K on T. This implies that 12 is equal to K on 15. Multiply both sides by 15. This gives us K, the 15's cancel here, is 12 times 15, which is 180. So therefore the equation linking M and T is M is equal to 180 divided by T. And this is the inverse relationship equation that we were after in this case. So that's part A. Now for part B, we're told by first completing the table of values, graph the relationship between temperature and time from T equals 5 to T equals 30. Okay, so we have to graph this by using a table of values first. So we have temperature T, minutes M, evaluate 5, evaluate 15, evaluate 30. Okay, so the number of minutes when temperature is 5 will be 180 divided by 5. 180 divided by 5, that's 36. The number of minutes when temperature is 15 will be 180 divided by 15. That's 12. The number of minutes when temperature is 30 will be 180 divided by 30, and that's 6. So we have these three pairs of points, which we can now graph. So we're given a plane which goes 10, 20, 30, 40 in the temperature axis, and then 10, 20, 30, 40 in the minutes axis. So we need temperature is 5, number of minutes is 36. So T is 5, that's here. Minutes is 36, that's about here. So this is this point. This is this first one done. We have temperature is 15, number of minutes is 12. Temperature is 15 is here. Number of minutes is 12 is about here. So this gives us this point. It's this point done. And then we have temperature is 30, number of minutes is 6. Temperature is 30 is here. Number of minutes is 6 is about here. So then we have this point. So we've graphed our 3 points, and we could actually label these. We could say this is 5, 36. It's important to get the ordering right here. This is 15, 12. The T goes first, then the M second. And this is 36. And then we can join these dots. Now, these are not a straight line. They almost look like a straight line. It's actually a smooth curve, because this is an inverse function. This generates for us part of a hyperbola. So by first completing the table, graph the relationship. This is the relationship we've been asked to graph. Now we'll have a look at the marking. So for the first mark, you'll need some working towards linking M and T. So identifying that it's an inverse or something like that will be sufficient for the first mark. For the second mark, you'll need to find the value of K and substitute it into that equation. So you'll need the exact equation. For part B, you're likely to get a mark for filling in all of the tables in the value all of the values in the table of values, or at least some of them. And then for the second mark, you'll need all of that, as well as a reasonable graph of the function in question. So you'll have to have done the table of values and then use that to produce a graph. That'll get you the 2 marks.